The Sound Lab, 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 the Sound Lab. Experimenting with the best new music.
So, first things first, it's your 15th anniversary from your debut release, and you're doing a re-release. Tell us about what you've got planned for your release this year.
Yeah, so basically we're coming up to 15 years of the release of Young for Eternity, and so we thought we'd celebrate that. And we're all kind of, 15 years on. It's been a really interesting journey so far, and we're going to be touring it. So we'll be doing the entire album in order, plus a few tracks from our second album, All or Nothing, and that'll be in aid of a reissue on vinyl of both Young for Eternity and All or Nothing. Plus on CD we'll be including some B-sides and rarities, so we should be playing some of those tracks as well live. But additional to that, we are including some tracks off our third record, Money and Celebrity, and our fourth album, the self-titled The Subways. And yeah, it's been a good couple of years since we were last on the stage. I've been at university, and Josh and Charlotte, you've been doing your own things, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm not sure what, but
something.
I've been doing something. A lot of video games.
Yeah. And Charlotte, you've had a bubby, haven't you?
Yeah, I had a kid. That's kept me pretty busy.
Gorgeous, Riley. We're all just really excited to get back on stage. Though whether I'm quite fit enough to get back on stage yet is another question. But we'll
soon find out.
Yeah, exactly.
So heading out on tour very shortly. You've got a tour of across the UK and Europe lined up. Looking forward to being back out on the road then.
Yeah, we really love being on the road. I mean, we're primarily a rock band that likes to be on the road. We just love getting on the tour bus, feeling the sense of community amongst the crew. We like to engender a really nice familial sort of community on tour, and that includes the support bands that we get on with us as well. We like to choose our support bands. We're quite discreet about that. So we've been doing festival runs pretty much every single year since 2004. And, being in the studio and sort of codifying the songs on record can be a really stressful occasion for us, just because we're so used to being on the stage and we're so used to everything being quite raw and loud and raucous and sweaty. So when we're in with lots of high-tech gear around us and we're like, okay, 1, 2, 3, go, we get quite tense. But we feel most natural, most at home and most ourselves when we're on the stage. And when you watch Charlotte, sort of bouncing around, and Josh is kind of like the human incarnation of Animal. So yeah. How do you guys feel about being on stage again? I know I'm a bit trepidatious, but I can't wait at the same time.
Yeah, I feel the same actually. Before going on stage, it's obviously a little bit of anticipation, but as soon as I'm on, I just feel at home.
Yeah.
Really fun. But I agree with what you say about the studio. It's just finding that balance between the live energy and making it sound polished and, sweet. But I do miss being on tour. I also miss sharing time with you two on the bus.
Oh, that's so sweet.
We have so much fun. I look forward to it, which is always good. Imagine if I hated you guys.
How much are you paying him, Charlotte, to say that?
Yeah, excellent. And looking towards the summer as well, and festivals coming up. You've already been confirmed for Reading and Leeds. You looking forward to being back there again?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got quite a history of Reading and Leeds. We first played in 2004. We then played 5 years in a row after that. We've played pretty much every stage apart from the lock-up stage. So we've done twice in the Festival Republic stage, twice in the Radio 110. This will be our third time on the main stage. So this is our 7th time playing there, and we're so happy because it's been the last time we played there was I think 2012. So it's been quite a long break since playing Reading and Leeds, and we were all together actually when we found out that we'd got the slot, and we're just over the moon about it. We're really happy.
Same day as Rage as well, which is a
Yeah.
really big thing for us, because Rage Against the Machine were one of those perennial influences for us. When we first started as a band, we were hooked on MTV2 and Scuzz and Kerrang. So we'd always be catching their videos on there, and then we became obsessed with all their records. And we even met Garth Richardson, who recorded their first record, with a view to recording. I think it was All or Nothing actually, but then we ended up going with Butch Vig. And it was so exciting meeting him because he would talk through like how they would like write the songs and then get in the studio. And it was really strange for us because he was talking about how like the band go into the studio and they record, and then Zach, the lead singer, would just go in and just riff. And it's just magic. Like some magic would be made from it. So to be sharing a stage with Rage Against the Machine is going to be just monumental for us. And the fact that we're back at Reading and Leeds and we're on the same stage and the same day as Rage Against the Machine is a huge advent for us.
Yeah, I'm really excited about playing Reading and Leeds, but for me, it's just like a free ticket to see Rage.
Yeah. I think we all kind of felt that, didn't we? We were like, oh my God, we're going to get to see Rage. Brilliant. Oh, and we're playing. Cool.
That's the only reason I go every year, is just for the free ticket, really.
Yeah. Hospitality. Nice.
Absolutely. And this is the first festival that you've got lined up for the summer. Are you planning on any more, and more to be confirmed soon?
We've got a few more starting to come in. There's a few in Europe. We've got one in Germany in May, which the tour the European tour is built around. And there's one in Perranporth, actually, which I'm quite excited about.
Yeah.
Lovely part of the world. So that's going to be really nice to do.
And yeah, off the back of this re-release that you're doing, now that you've got back together after doing your own thing for a bit, are you going to be starting writing new music again? And can we be looking forward to a new record in the future?
Well, we are probably, I would say, just over halfway recording album number 5. Whilst I was at university for the 3 years, in between losing my mind and tearing my hair out over essays and lectures and supervisions, I was writing as well. And I kind of used that time to really indulge in just listening to all different kinds of music that I previously wouldn't have countenanced listened to before. And I thought, okay, now that I'm sort of sitting back and I'm not inside the eye of the storm of being on tour and being in the music industry, I can step outside and actually be like a music appreciator again. So I just like loaded myself with loads of different kinds of music, built up my CD collection again, and just started ripping Apple lossless versions of everything. The writing just came to me by nature of, listening to all this new kind of music. And at the same time, I'd be sort of at uni during the week, and then on the weekends, I'd be getting the train from Cambridge back to Hertfordshire, and I'd be going into the studio and just opening boxes of all this new equipment that I'd ordered, and quickly putting it in the rack and wiring everything up, and testing the equipment out, and then like trying a new tune on it, and then going, yep, that all works, brilliant, and then popping back up to uni. So by the time I graduated, I'd pretty much written a whole album and a half. Which we immediately, a couple of weeks later after my graduation, started recording in the studio with all the new equipment that I'd been ordering over the 3 years, which had pretty much rinsed our band account, I must say. But yeah, we have just been in a constant state of creativity. Even over the 3 years, I set up a Dropbox, and we'd be like, Josh is in France with his girlfriend and his daughter. Charlotte, you're up north in Sheffield with your daughter and your husband. And we'd all be getting on with our lives, but we'd still be bit by bit, like compiling and collating these ideas and pulling them together. And now, even whilst we're kind of preparing to go back out on tour and play Young Fraternity all the way through for some of the songs we're playing, we've never actually played live on stage. We're bouncing from the rehearsal room to the recording room in my studio, which is just like, it's kind of tying everything together, because whilst we're kind of harking back to the past and doing this kind of revivification of like the first record, we're at the same time creating something quite new, and we're balancing that at the same time. So it's a really interesting dialectic we're going through at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It is interesting, and it kind of, playing these old songs kind of reminds us why we do this and how much fun we actually have doing this. But going back to the album, I'm 90% done. I've only got.
You are, aren't you? Yeah.
I find like I get really upset when I'm nearly finished, because I really enjoy it. I have so much fun doing it.
Is that why you fluff up takes?
Yeah.
I want to keep going.
No, I'm having so much fun. Billy and Charlotte, like, they've always got a hell of a lot more to do than I have. So I kind of just have to sit back and just be like, oh, when are they finished? I want to do the next song.
You are helpful though. Like, it's great because like once Josh is finished, Charlotte and I, we're kind of micro focused on a lot of the melodies and lyrics and twinning those together. And Josh kind of manages to step back and look at things on like a more structural basis and goes, oh, maybe we should cut this section here. And he's really good at kind of like production detail like that. So
well, forget about that. It's when you go home, I re-record the guitars. You don't. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, he's slack on those guitars.
Yeah.
Step back, everybody. Let the drummer do the best.
You come back the next day, you're like, I'm sure I wasn't this bad. I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there with a little smile on my face.
Yeah.
Amazing, excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Oh well, thanks so much, Jim.
The Sound Lab, 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 the Sound Lab. Experimenting with the best new music.